Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and yet again to another video. So today is going to be a little bit of like a DIY style project. I'm going to be painting my front calipers. I'm going to be doing as close to grabber blue as I possibly can with spray paint. There's a couple different ways that you can paint. You can do spray paint or you can do like a brush paint. I'm going to go through the process on how I think is the best way to go about this, doing this at home with masking everything off, how to prep it, all that kind of stuff. And with that said, let me show you what I got and what I'm going to use. But before we go any further, I just wanted to just let all of you know that as of right now, my giveaway for your S550 is now live. I have these Euro style taillights from VLAN. It'll fit your S550. It's the black housing with the clear lights. Now, obviously I had to open it to make sure that everything was okay. It wasn't cracked because they got shipped in a box. So I had to open it just to make sure that everything is okay, but it's still in the plastic. All the wiring instructions, all that stuff is still in. So all you need to do to enter is pick up either of these shirts and you get thrown in the entry for the taillights. Each shirt counts as an entry. If you purchase both shirts, you will get double the entries. The link will be in the description. Snag up a shirt or two for your chance to pick up these Euro style taillights from VLAN. Okay, so I'm using this VHT paint. It's like their forward blue color. It's pretty damn close. It's not exact, but it's gonna be about as close as you can get unless you decided to go get the actual paint code and go that route, which does cost more, but it's close enough. It'll look good. I do also have the Brembo sticker. Well, sorry, I ordered the Brembo sticker like a week ago and it's not here yet. So, because those are actually Brembo brakes. They're made by Brembo, but they don't advertise it unless you have a performance pack. So I'm gonna paint it. I got the white Brembo sticker. As soon as it arrives, I'll take off the wheels and I'll throw it on, but that's not here yet. So it's gonna take, after you do all this, you don't wanna drive the car for a bit. So I'd say don't drive the car for like a day just so like the paint and everything can cure. So after I do all that, the car is just going to sit here. But next thing is next, I'm going to just jack the car up, take off the wheels, and I'm gonna prep the surface, clean it. I also have brake cleaner. I have a sanding brick in the house, I gotta get that. I have just a basic VHT primer, and then I'm going to finish it off after probably put about 3 or 4 coats of the paint on a gloss clear. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Also, a little side note, Henry just called me. He hasn't been on the channel in a while just because I haven't seen that guy in quite a while. He's on his way over to help supervise, but to be honest, this is the only reason why he's coming over. He's not really coming over to help, just to come over, hang out, and help supervise and drink my beer, which is fine, but pretty sure that's the only reason why he's coming over. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first clean this off. I have a sanding block to rough it up a little bit and then spray it with brake cleaner, and then I'm going to mask everything off. But before I do that, the best way to just cover all this is to use like a garbage bag. You slit like probably a 5 or 6 inch slit in it and you cover it over the caliper and it covers everything else here, and the excess you could use and get masking tape and mask it all over to, you know, help with like overspray and stuff like that. Okay, so to sand the surface, there's a couple ways. You could use like an actual sander, which I don't have. I don't have a Dremel to sand this down. You could do a sanding block or a wire brush, either one. I'm going to try the sanding block first because I think that's going to cover a broader surface and it's not going to take as long as a brush. Maybe for some of like the crevices and stuff like that, I'll use this, but that's all I would probably recommend. You don't need to do a whole lot. So then after that's done, spray it down with brake cleaner, and then I'll start masking stuff off. Okay, I didn't show you on camera, but when you put your garbage bag, just slit like a 6-inch slit in it, and then with the stretchability of the garbage bag, just gently slide it over and it'll stretch over it, and it works out pretty nicely. And now I'm gonna get probably another one to stretch over here on the fender, and maybe one back and you know, over here in this area. But most of my spraying is gonna be going that way, and I'll be obviously spraying back here. I would probably get a few extra to just cover for overspray, and you should be good to go. All right, so after you sanded it all down and you masked off, you know, as much as you possibly could, I just used a few garbage bags, and then just use the brake cleaner and get all the dirt and the excess crap that you had on there. Don't need a ton, but it gets the job done. Then let that dry, and then you could apply your primer. Of course, mask it all off first. Okay, so just to let everybody know, the most tedious parts about, it doesn't matter what you're painting, but you know, especially, obviously I'm painting calipers, the tedious part that takes the longest is masking the stuff off that you don't want to get paint on, and primer and all kind of stuff. Obviously all the small bits that you don't want to have paint on. It's super easy, it's not complicated, but it just takes time. So it's a pretty warm day today. We're looking at about 80 outside. So the time in between primer and the first coat, second coat, and third, I'd say maybe 10 minutes, maybe-ish. As long as it's not tacky, you should be good to go. I might mask off up here in this area, but I'm going light on the coats. I'm probably going to do 4 total coats of the blue, but I'm going to go light each time, small squirts to avoid like a lot of overspray. All right, just take your time and just go super light on your coats. That already looks better. And I'm already getting the fumes, and I'm already feeling high. Dude, it's been a minute, man. How you doing?
What up, homie?
It's been like 3 months since this guy's been at the house.
Not my fault you leaving so far.
He came over because I have these. That's why I came over here.
Hopefully I had cold.
Yeah. Okay, so I got, I think, 4 coats of paint on here. I took my time in between coats. I'm letting that dry as much as possible before I start taking all the masking off and the garbage bags. But 4 coats, that looks damn good. I'm gonna say it right now, that looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll put the clear on it. I got the gloss clear, so it kind of gives it a shine. So that one's done. So then I got everything masked off and set, set to go over here. I sanded it down, masked off everything as much as possible, and we'll start the same process over here. I'm not going to record the same shit over here on this side because it's the same shit I did over on that side. But we're almost done, and then it's gonna look good. Okay, so this side is completely done. As I said, I just put a coat of clear on this one. I might throw another coat of clear on that side. So that one's done. But I made a little bit of a mistake on this side because I had the cap off this a second ago. That one looks good. I got to spray a little bit more in there. But the cap was off, and I thought this was the blue paint. And after my second coat, I sprayed the clear coat on there thinking it was the paint. So it's okay. I let that cure and dry, and then I sprayed another coat of that on there. I'm going to do probably 1 more solid coat of the paint, have that dry, and then do another coat of the clear, and then we are done. So that looks freaking good. For a little DIY project, I say that doesn't look half bad. So after, what, 4 beers? Not bad. So if you've been following my channel here for a while, you guys obviously know Henry. Is that, what, 3 or 4? 5. 5? Alright, I think I'm at like 4. I think I'm on 5.
Not enough.
Not enough. I'm staying home. I ain't driving. Anyway, so Henry, he used to have the Hellcat, and then he had the GT500. Was it 08?
7.
Yeah, well, it was the first
gen.
The first gen GT500, and then he had his Infinity, and then he traded his Infinity for his Mercedes. This guy was already looking at other cars. Not saying he's gonna buy, but I think he's already bored with what he has. So he may be getting another car. I'm gonna say by summertime, this guy might have another car. So
possible.
I'm trying to convince him to get a Mustang, a Gen 3, hopefully, but he doesn't want it because it's 2 doors. You can't fit kids in it, which I understand. For us, it works out because we have the F-150 truck, so we don't always throw everybody in the back of the Mustang. But I'm still trying to talk him into getting a Mustang, because Mustang Week's in what, 2 months, and it would be awesome if this guy came with us to Mustang Week.
If the Ford gonna come up with this concept 2027 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they said. So yeah,
5.4 supercharged.
There's a concept of the 4-door actual Mustang, not the Mach-E shit. Actual 4-door supercharged V8. We'll see if that actually happens, but still, it would be cool if he got back into having a Mustang. But he always has to be different. He has his Mercedes Infinity.
E63. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not bad.
He did have a GT500, so that was cool. But that was very short-lived. You had that for like, what, 6 months? It wasn't that long.
No,
Yeah.
not that long.
It was pretty. It was a nice-looking car.
But honestly, I didn't like the suspension that much on it. I like my 15 better.
Really?
15 was handling way better.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
07 was good too, but the 07 didn't have that much power.
Yeah. For being supercharged, yeah, I can get it. Hopefully, he can get back into having a Mustang. Okay, so it is getting dark. I'm not going to put the wheels and tires back on until tomorrow, just because I want this to have time to cure, but I had to just bust out the phone here for some extra light. So that's just needs a coated clear. So I want to say that just needs a coated clear, and we're good. The passenger side is good. It's all set to go. It's all just has to cure, and we're all good to go on that side. I just got to put a coated clear in this, and we're done. I did 5 coats in each side. Most people do 4 heavy coats. I did a little bit lighter on each coat, so I did 5 total because I didn't want to get any runs in the paint. But looks pretty damn good. All right, so I'm picking this video up here the next morning. I just ran out of daylight, obviously, as you saw how things were going last night with everything. Look at it. Just look at it. It's amazing how the small stuff that you do, like just painting the brake calipers like that, can just stand out and pop. I also wanted to point out that all this was done with just 1 can of paint. I did 5 coats on both sides with 1 can of paint, and I still got enough paint to go, and I could probably do the rears also as well. I do have an entire can of that paint that I haven't opened yet. All right, so before I close this out, I just want to remind everybody, like I said at the start of this, I'm doing my giveaway for my Euro style taillights here from V-Land. They are the black housing, but the white lenses. Compare this to what you get with the OEMs. So you got your OEMs, red ones, don't look that bad, but then if you want to go with a little bit different with my black accenting, that would pop. I might get a pair of these myself, to be honest. When I got these, I should have. So you can kind of see the difference between both of those right there. So if you want these, all you got to do, I'll put a link, like I said, in the description. All you got to do is pick up 1 or both of the shirts that I have available. If you picked up both shirts, it'll count you as double entries. My channel's not that huge. I'm sitting currently at the point of making this just over 2,600 subscribers. So if you want to get a pair of those taillights, just pick yourself up a $30-something shirt, or if you want to get two, double entries, and your chances will be pretty good. But on that note, I'm going to close this out. If you're not subscribed, please do me a favor, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.